And this one is, it's the, I think, London Philharmonic playing it. And I got it ready from Kochira. Yeah, there's this really great bookstore, used bookstore. Okay, I'll get game number 3 going in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Yeah, in the North Texas area, there's this place called Recycled Books. It is my favorite store. They have amazing books, CDs, records, video games, and everything. But they have a large selection of imported Japanese CDs and a lot of video game soundtracks there imported. And just waiting on Ethan to start. Kochira is setting up clean. And first Tetris going to go to Kochira. Still waiting for Ethan. There he is. Alright. And Ethan going to take down a Tetris. Never mind the late start. Ethan with the push down is probably going to catch up to this delayed start anyway. And Ethan setting up the triple well. Kochira taking down Tetris. Ethan with a little bit of a pace lead here in the early game, but both players been playing pretty clean and safe. And players approaching 30 lines. Ethan in the lead at 101, 84,000 for Kochira. But so yeah, Ethan already catching up in lines even after the delayed start. So both players basically at the same line count now. And Ethan been playing about a Tetris, maintaining about a Tetris lead here. But actually, it's tied up at 123. Kochira actually taking down Tetris. So actually, right now, game is dead even. Could be tied up, but both these players have been pushing down, so pretty hard to tie up scores in that way. But solid game. Players approaching 50 lines. Both players at 180. And make that 200 with that last Tetris. So if this marks some pretty high efficiency, this could certainly be 400k into level 16 pace. And could be on pace for maybe a 500k transition or higher into 19 if the pieces and placements continue to go in their favor. But definitely a very solid start to this set. A little bit of overhang for Kochira, gonna have to start taking some burns there. But should be pretty manageable and cleans out the garbage. And Ethan still staying up for Tetris's. Starting to get the stack up a little high, but nothing dangerous. Able to take down a Tetris. Get that 2 for Ethan. Ethan taking advantage of that dig from Kochira and now building a lead. also Ethan quite ahead in lines as well. Ethan now playing about 10 lines in the future. So really still a close game considering pace, and that Kochira is playing behind in lines, and Ethan looking for one more Tetris to go in to transition. He's going to transition at 399, just shy of that 400k transition. Definitely a very formidable pace here for a level 15 game. And Kochira still got 12 lines left to transition, looking at a high 300k transition themselves. Meanwhile, Ethan just taking some burns and gets the well open. Stack definitely in a comfortable position to get Tetris's here at that level speed change. Looking for something to the left, so gonna have to start setting up some burns for Ethan. Kochira with one more Tetris left till transition. Gonna have to burn into transition. Kochira gonna transition at 366. Gonna take a safety triple there. And Ethan getting some untimely pieces. Gonna make this dig hard, and now on level 18, now just trying to get this board into a transition ready state. And Kochira starting to get up high, and a dangerous board, can't get the bar over, and Kochira gonna be defeated by the level 16 transition. Game number 1. And with that, level select going to go to Kochira for game number 2. Yeah, that drought was pretty unruly. Considering both players had great boards going into that transition, it was unfortunate to see how brutal that drought was. And Kochira going to call level 15. This is silver, so there are no level 9 or 12 starts. You know, I got my first 900k on a 9 start, so I like level 9 as well. Okay, I'll give you a refresh, but let's go ahead and start the game in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. And you guys can go ahead. There we go. And we'll wait for this ad while Ethan delivering the tater tot ad. And there we go. And certainly this refresh looks like it helped out Ethan. And meanwhile, Ethan already on the board with the Tetris, make that 2, and Kochira taking their first. But yeah, as I was saying, level 9 and a lot of other... Ooh, that's a rough hang there for Ethan. A series of rough hangs. Ethan in survival mode, basically playing 15-4 right here. Let's see if he can dig out of this. Kochira setting up the tuck, gets the triple. But Ethan fighting for his life here. Just trying to take this line by line. And fighting with Das a little bit here. And this is getting up really high. And Kochira with that last Tetris gonna get game number 2. Yeah, and some other Tetris, classic Tetris games, they don't have the hold A to start 10 levels ahead. So on like Game Boy and Super Nintendo Tetris, you already play your like PB games on level 9, and I don't know, there's like a kind of complete feeling about playing a level 9 start. Oh, welcome back, Ethan. Okay. Okay, Ethan go off. I think Ethan refreshed on his end. You maxed out SNES? Oh. The Super Nintendo one, the American one, you basically have to hyper tap because kill screen. Okay. But it's kind of, as a DAS player, like it would be a pretty Herculean feat to max out Super Nintendo Tetris, because it doesn't scale the score. It just locks in on level 9 scoring. But just waiting on the ready from Kochira. I don't know if they put it in chat. Just waiting on the ready, and we'll get this level 15 game going in a moment. And we get game number 3 and 3, 2, 1, Tetris. I personally do enjoy Super Nintendo Tetris. I think the multiplayer mode's a lot of fun. I think if I get a max out on NES Tetris, I might try to go for like 700k attempts on Super Nintendo. If you're a good hyper tapper, getting a max out on the Tetris and Dr. Mario is more of just an endurance run, but totally capable if you can just get Tetrises for a long time. But as a DAS player, it would be a pretty Herculean feat to max out Super Nintendo Tetris. Hypothetically possible, but it would take probably an enormous amount of patience and practice. Kochira, with a hang of the squiggly, I forget if that's a Z or an S on the left, this is going to cause them to be in a digging situation. Meanwhile, Ethan playing clean, gonna give a score check for the players approaching. Just passing 20 lines here. Ethan in the lead at 100,000 clean stack, 62,000 for Kochira. Trying to play cleanup, playing a bit of 15-3 here. Just trying to down stack this. But Ethan looking off to a comfortable start here. And Ethan getting all of those squares, has a double column of squares all the way to the left. Not going to try to risk that one going over. Smart decision. But very nice slope stack for Ethan, so keeping a lot of placement and burn opportunities. And meanwhile, Kochira nearly bringing this stack all the way to the ground, looking for an L, gets the L. Meanwhile, Ethan taking a Tetris, nearly double the score. Now 100,000 points in the lead. But Ethan also pushing down. But Ethan on another great pace, just passing 200,000 after 50 lines. On another pace for a high 300k or perhaps a 400k transition. But Kochira bringing this stack into a manageable position and stacking for Tetrises. And Ethan gonna go for the spin, gets the S spin. And set up for either a tuck or a spin here. Gonna go for the S spin again, but does not get it this time. So Ethan gonna have to do a little bit of work, pretty low on the board. But Ethan has already built up quite a strong lead. But Kochira has the clean stack now, so maybe has a chance to at least dig into this deficit a little bit. Gonna take down a Tetris. But gonna set up a long bar dependency, so now Kochira needing 2 bars, one for the dependency and one for the score, and not getting the bar. So both players all of a sudden in some precarious situations, but a nice burn of that T for Kochira, really taking some nice calculated burns here, trying to fill in this center well, just not getting the bar, takes a triple, and Ethan set up dirty in the right well, having to take some burns himself. Both players just going through quite the drought here. Kochira trying to take some burns, and finally Kochira is going to get the bar in time for an insanely dirty Tetris. And but meanwhile, both players back in a dig. Ethan going to transition at 304, and Kochira still with 10 lines to go. But that bar gonna get them out of the situation. So welcome in, Madros, and Ethan gonna take down a Tetris. Nearly at the level 17. Interesting that Ethan didn't go for that tuck there, so gonna have to dig a little bit. But Ethan getting a good bar to fill in that dependency. Kochira going into level 16, they are at 285,000, so Kochira's board looking great. Takes a Tetris, going to level 17 at 308. Ethan with a solid board, in the lead at 358. Now with 1 line to go to transition, gonna burn a single into that to keep the board state. 384 transition, 19 for Ethan, and Kochira playing behind in lines at 329. But Ethan gonna go set up for the Tetris. He set up for it, just waiting on the bar. Hangs the square piece, and Ethan now in a bit of trouble. Can't get the bar over. That's gonna spell doom, and he knows it. And Ethan gonna top out at 392, and with that, Kochira's in a chase down. 393 is the chase down score. This is certainly achievable by lineouts, but Kochira gonna have to hang some hangs on the left, gonna make that left side inaccessible, and Kochira gonna top out at 353, putting Ethan at match point. And we've got the ready from Ethan, and I assume we're staying on level 15. Alright, so we'll get game number 4 going at 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Ethan really just filling out that left side early on. But working out for both players. Kochira setting up a double well. Gonna have to burn to get Tetris ready. Ethan, no burns yet, but the early a bit of a drought here, so probably gonna have to take a burn. Gonna burn that square. So both players waiting on the bar. Ethan gets it in time for the Tetris. Kochira set up queen, waiting to take one of their own. Gonna take a bar there, take a Tetris. But both players' stacks looking very healthy, and both players opting to utilize some of those double L strategies, keep those burn options available. But Ethan's got a little bit of a valley there in columns 8 and 7, so now in a dig situation, gonna cost him some efficiency. Meanwhile, Kochira keeping that well clean. And Ethan getting some pieces to start bringing this down, but this game, early lead gonna be for Kochira. Ooh, a rough hang of the S for Ethan. Let's see if he can burn out of this. Trying to set up some flat burns. Now needs pieces to the right and not gonna be able to get anything. Kochira at 103. You are good for game number 4, and we have now reached a decider. We'll see if it's gonna be a 15-sider. All right. All right. Let's get this decider going. And 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Ethan gonna set up for this T spin. Gonna get the T, and misses the spin. So Ethan's board a bit holy and not in a religious way. And so Ethan gonna be digging here. And Kochira with the cleaner stack and set up for the Tetris. Gonna get a Tetris. Ethan just been digging to start off, so no Tetris for Ethan yet. Now looking for an L, gets an L. Ethan starting to take some good calculated burns here. Kochira's board, not in a dire state, but a bit messy, trying to get this well open, but gonna open it up. But Ethan just really fighting with the pieces here a bit. Now needs the L, gets the L for a triple. Now just has a wall of garbage to burn out, but this is easy to burn out of, and Ethan now looking clean. Gonna take his first Tetris, but meanwhile Kochira does have an early lead here from all that digging Ethan had to do. Players passing 30 lines, Kochira the lead, 88,000, 43,000 for Ethan. Now Ethan looking a lot more comfortable. And Ethan gets up the T-spin and gets the T-spin this time. And you noticed, wasn't planning on setting that T-spin up, but then made that last second adjustment and paid off for Ethan there. Kochira setting up the double well, and Burns gets a Tetris, keeping that lead, but Ethan trying to come back, and Kochira having to set up some delayed burns, so Ethan trying to claw back, but also, as you see, Ethan does push down at a pretty fast rate, so Ethan already starting to play about 8 to 10 lines in the future. Kochira all of a sudden up really high, can't get the L to the left, and all of a sudden Kochira gonna top out at 133. With that, the match goes to Ethan. Gonna take it. So set number 1 is done, and Ethan starting out the season with a 15-sider victory. Well, I feel like the 15-sider is the most potent when it is like a set of all 18 games, and then you go to 15 for the last game. That's my opinion. Let's go ahead and we could just, I'll get a new seed in there, and I'll clear the scoreboard. Alright, we got the ready from Ethan. Just waiting on ready for Kochira. And we will start in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. This is set number 2. Tetris for the non-pro silver division. Kochira versus Ethan Thoughts. And Kochira home for this set. These players are off and running. Kochira gonna take down the first Tetris. Ethan was getting up high but got a bar for the triple, but now opens the well, takes down the Tetris to start, and both these boards in order. Ethan just trying to fill out that right side a bit more, and early days for these players. And Ethan looking good here, early start. Kochira here looking good. And Ethan already about 10 lines in the future with those pushdowns. So keep that in mind as you give a score update. Players approaching 30 line mark, 104 for Ethan, 65 for Kochira, but Ethan now trying to get out of this burn, has a long bar dependency in the middle, gonna take down a triple with that bar, not quite ready for the Tetris, but Now looking to fill in that middle, but getting some good pieces to do so. Kochira's starting to get up a little bit high. Gonna start taking some safety burns. And Kochira gonna take down a Tetris. And Ethan looks like he had the classic untuck, the frame perfect untuck. One of the most frustrating things. I've done that plenty of times as a DAS player, and it has made me lose matches sometimes. So Ethan now having to do some burns, would like to get set up for this column 9 Tetris. He's going to take the column 9 and able to have basically a perfect well transfer with that Tetris. But Ethan really pushing down a lot here. It's playing about 15 lines in the future, but in the lead score-wise, 201 for Ethan, 176 for Kochira. So considering the pace, it's really a neck-and-neck game. Now the music on this half of the CD gets more intense. It has some of like the more like battle music. And we got some really clustery chords and dissonance going along with the tension of this match. I mean, this is not fun and games here. This is warfare in Tetris form. Ethan now set up for a dirty Tetris center well. Will he get the bar? Running out of burn options, but does get the bar in time for the Tetris. Meanwhile, set up for another one. Kochira's board very low, but Ethan now playing for survival and can't get anything over to the left, and gonna top out at 288. 263 for Kochira in a chase down. 289 the score to get. Gets a Tetris. A couple of more line clears will do it. Gonna take a split triple, and that last line clear. Kochira good for game number 1. And with that, level select going to go to Ethan for game number 2. And could we double check our seeds? I was not 100% sure that was the same seed. I'm just going to go put a new seed in chat, and we'll call it there. So let's put this new seed in, because I was checking the bar count, and those were some different bar counts right there. So yeah, well, so we're gonna play on this new seed. So alright, we got ready from both players. A level 18 start. So let's make sure we start on level 18. There's the cursor on 18. And we will get going in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Ethan saying this is like the NPR of restreams. Thanks. I'll take that as a compliment. players already on the board with a Tetris, but Kochira having to do a little bit of digging. Ethan setting up the J tuck, gets the J for the tuck. Ooh. And these are some really scary misshifts for Ethan. Can't quick tap the bar over. All of a sudden, gonna top out early at 27,000. Kochira, good for game number 2 and already on match point. Oh, I did not know that was right there. I guess I gotta get weather situations, weather and traffic updates maybe. And fit level 15, we're gonna stay there, and we got 2 ready, so we'll go in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Arts calendar update, local events, maybe a little bit of news. We don't talk about I-35. Ethan, a little bit of precarious start. Smart choice to adjust that square. Now avoided early catastrophe. Now able to burn this down. But meanwhile, Kochira looking for a long piece. That L going to be a good to burn that double. Now well open for Kochira. Meanwhile, well open for Ethan. So both players surviving those early digs, but neither player getting many bars, and Kochira having to set up some more digs. Ethan already on the board with 1 Tetris. But Kochira getting up high, gonna be set up for a very dirty center world Tetris. Gonna take a triple with that L. But Kochira running out of options. Gets the bar to the right and gets the L. Kochira really maintaining this. Gonna get a triple with that bar. Some very precise piece control for this dig from Kochira, but not getting the pieces to fully resolve this. Going to continue digging, and Ethan getting up high, but with a very clean stack, and certainly able to build an early lead here for Kochira, who's not been able to score. And Kochira gonna get that bar to the right, takes a double, takes another double. Making good decisions, and really survival's the name of the game here for Kochira. And players are now approaching the 50 line mark. Kochira gonna take down a dirty Tetris for some much needed relief. Meanwhile, Ethan gonna take down Tetris, needs to clean up a hole on the bottom, and maybe looking to set up for a dirty or simply burn this down. Kochira nearly out of this dig, but at the cost of a lot of points. So players passing 60 lines, Ethan at the lead, 159 for Ethan, 82,000 for Kochira. Ethan 10 lines ahead, but also 100,000 points in the lead. And now Kochira able to score a couple of Tetris's. Hopefully this will help to scratch away at that lead of Ethan. So we'll see how it plays out, but Kochira definitely looking a lot more comfortable here as we pass 70 lines. And both players are set up for Tetris's. Kochira gonna have to block the well, set up a couple of burn columns with squares, and Ethan meanwhile trying to resolve some parity. Except for Tetris, Kochira now set up, has multiple long bar dependencies and is very high. Makes a smart choice to set up that triple for some much needed relief. And Kochira now trying to set up some burns. Making some good choices here, and it's gonna survive that scare and get out of it with a Tetris. Meanwhile, Ethan already hitting transition at 272. Kochira with 5 lines to go. Gonna take down Tetris. Now 1 line to go at 194. Hoping to cross the 200k mark for. Gonna do that with the Tetris. 214 for Kochira. Ethan's board getting up high, but taking some burns. Hoping to get a bar. Hangs that J on the left. Gonna have to do some cleanup. But Kochira having to do some cleanup on their board. So neither player looking comfortable, and Kochira hangs the J, and not much can be done about that. Ethan gonna hang on here and take his first game of the set. And Ethan's good for game number 3. And gonna make it to level 19 here. Ethan is good. Ooh, nailed the S spin. But can't get the quick tap to the left. So this is game over for Ethan. And Ethan, I believe, on low select once more. And Kochira with the ready. And Ethan calling out level 18. So let's make sure to move those cursors to level 18. So we have no false starts. And both players are ready on level 18. We'll get this game going at 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Both players having to start off with some early burns, but keeping these stacks manageable, both taking down Tetris's. Kochira gonna go for the S-spin, hits the S-spin. But now Kochira with some, a little bit of parity issues, gonna have to set up some burns. Ooh, a little bit of an overshift of that bar. Gonna keep this long bar dependency open. Now gonna be a bit of trouble. Meanwhile, Ethan with some hangs himself, gonna cause a bit of trouble here. Both players already in survival mode, but luckily not too high up the board. So mainly it's just scoring potential that's being lost here. But really in competition. Survival is the name of the game. But Ethan really hurting for a bar. And Ethan gonna hang the T-piece. But Kochira up high themselves. And Ethan gonna take game number 4. And gonna go to another decider. And are we playing? It looks like level 15. All right. Welcome in. Let create. Like every match I've restreamed, like in the past 2 weeks, has gone to a decider. Everything, almost. All right, 15 cider. And we'll do the cliche thing. We'll do 5 countdown in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Decider. Tetris. Both players playing a little bit of simul Tetris for about 4 pieces. But gonna diverge and play their own game because they don't want to be copycats, I guess. A lot of squares early on here. Kochira not able to really deal with those. Gonna have to set up some burns here. Ethan gonna get a good piece to burn that open. So Ethan with the cleaner board, but still waiting on a Tetris. Ooh, and gonna set up a little bit more burns. Could have waited and gone for a tuck there. But both players surviving, and Ethan can take a safety triple and gets the Tetris. But Kochira now set up for Tetris of their own. And is Tetris ready? And gonna take down the Tetris. And now both players with functioning operational stacks. Kochira set up with a double well. He gets a bar for call 9. Sets up a double well. Take a burn there. But Ethan now really taking some scores here. Also Ethan pushing down. So Ethan playing about 6 to 10 lines in the future. But Kochira with a clean stack as well, able to take down a Tetris. So, considering the line differential, this is a pretty neck-and-neck game. And Ethan passing 50 lines at 169, and Kochira at 144. And time to restart the CD. Back to the happy music of the CD. And Kochira now starting to, looks like pulling back on this lead from Ethan. So Kochira playing about 10 lines in the past at 205. Ethan is in the lead at 250, points-wise at 72, but perhaps Kochira actually with a slight pace advantage here, playing behind in line. So Kochira managing to catch up in efficiency. Ethan having to set up some digs. Kochira stacking, looking clean and efficient, and certainly noticeable. Nice tuck of the T there for Ethan. And players on pace for to transition over 300k each player. Kochira putting some holes in their left side. Now plugged up a bit. Gonna be digging, but that hang of the bar gonna make this a very difficult dig for Kochira, and now Kochira in trouble. Gonna need to get some very precise pieces and very careful movement. Ethan, oh no, and some very dangerous hangs there for Kochira. Gonna top out at 253, and Ethan good for the set. And Ethan on good pace. So let's watch him play it out and take his victory lap. Hopefully with some good play and efficiency, maybe 500k transition might be on the table here. Just waiting on the bar. 500k transition certainly on the table here. There's a Tetris. Got one more left. There we go. Gonna transition with a Tetris. Transition certainly with Ethan's 19 ability, certainly a PB-able game. Ooh, that left side. Now running out of options. And gonna top out at 567. Yeah, sometimes, like, for me, I have to not play aggressively on, like, 19 to 20. It's okay to, like, take some lines to get used to the speed. Because the later Tetris's will score more points. I have to sometimes remember that. But yeah, and Ethan, good to take both sets in a decider. And let's go ahead and get these matches in the books. Alright, these matches are reported. No problem. Let's see who is live. I've been on sort of not a hot streak of playing Tetris, so I don't think I'm going to keep playing today. I'm not feeling... I have to feel... There's a certain way I feel when I know I'm going to play Tetris good. I'm not feeling that right now. Yeah, so we had two deciders, and Ethan won them both. Just Robert, are you going live soon? Trying to look for somebody to raid. I've got 10 viewers here, so it would be good to send those somewhere. Or if Ethan or Kochira wants to keep streaming, I might send them over there. Oh, you're gonna do your Das Master? Cool. I'll raid you then.
All right. Yeah, we got to do this dang Das Master Qual thing. All right. And then we will raid Sky once they go live. Hello. All right. Yeah, let's see what the... go.ctm.gg. Oh, looking like we're gonna have to max out to get into this one. Oh, but Matt Martin. Look at that. Okay, Nintendo GameCube on 7. Jeez. What the heck? Alright. Let's get 2 good scores and be done with it, because I just don't want to miss out on a stupid DAS tournament I have no chance of winning anyways. Dun. Hmm. Hmm. Oh yeah, it might have been screen capture. There it is. Alright. Off we go then. Let's get our Othword. Severe. All right. All right, there's your Othword. Timer started. Let's go for some. Let's go get a couple good 12s in here. Or 18s, I guess. Cannon top out. What's supposed to happen? Cannon top out. Another one of those. Well, Hey there.
He was busy, but we're gonna go to the oldies champions.
Okay.
I texted you.
I saw it.
You didn't respond.
Oh, I just did.
Wait for you to respond.
Okay. Yeah, I started a call because I know we're going to be going through the pretty much the end of the month. Just kinda-
Well, we're gonna.
Okay, drive safe. Thanks. I appreciate that. I needed to do that. Okay, I'll pack my bowling balls. Oh, okay. We'll check it. I'm excited now. Come on, get over there. Jesus. So on a 13 star, I kind of figure anything slightly above 300 is just kind of really just gonna set you up for a good game. I needed that bar yesterday, man. Good grief. $19 UTC. I don't remember what time it is. Oh, that's awesome! Oh, look at that! Look at the bottom! Oh my goodness. Oh, jeez. That's awesome. I don't want to give too many spoilers, but that's a freaking nice scene. Well, I guess, sometimes this happens. Sometimes once you start falling, you just, you're done. You ran out of Tetris juice. You know, I was having some good runs there. I think it's a canon event that I max out in the Gas Masters thing. Taking the qual. And I go ahead and I go on to win it. I take a little bit of time and learn from quick tabs. Somewhere in there, I'll 1.3. Yeah, that sounds about right. Somehow. To be honest, me maxing out is not from a lack of me knowing how to max out. It's more or less the game actively conspiring against me every time I get a good game going. And killing me right around level 20. It likes to do 20, sometimes 23. Okay, like this. It heard me say that, and now here we are. It's just like... Yes! It's good to have everyone pretty much everyone we've played in bronze is now moving up to silver. It's a good sign people are improving. We have a serious group, I guess. Tetris into after 50. I mean, close to 200k is actually kind of nice. And then that's what happened. Yeah! Yeah, Mir Riker has definitely kicked my butt plenty of times. March? Yeah, March. Don't count out March. But that is, I think you can beat Xenon too. Wait, no, Xenon's in mine. I don't know. I don't know that. Because March is gonna beat me no matter what. I've just kind of accepted that. I'm not sure why or how. But I'm always nerfed going into a March match. Okay. Tetris. Tetris. And Tetris. Hey, we're gonna have to make some sacrifices here. But no freaking triples. Except for that one. Yeah, we kinda got knocked off course there, but got a few Tetris's out of it, so it's fine. We're not too far off, actually. I like to get as close as 500 as I can on the 100 line mark, so I can not go as aggressive. Get the best score possible for maximum, and then you just play that. That's the hard part. The 66% speed increase or so. Something like that. Perhaps it was double, I don't remember. Okay. Alright. Alright. Input display and hertz counter? Oh, I must have missed that memo. It doesn't imply that's a part of the qual format, so I don't know. I'm sure you're right though, if that makes a lot more sense. Maybe it's got added to here. Whatever. You know what? Since this isn't gonna be the... There's a very good chance I'm not going to be in there. I'm alright if they reject it without the hertz counter. I usually just call on the original ROM so I don't have to worry about it. I like to listen to music. I don't know. Yada yada. Okay. Well, that was pretty good. Let's get another one in here. help on that. Well, okay. Well, I guess I gave him my auth word, so I'll just switch over to the other ROM and put those on, and we'll just wash away that 593 and try to get 2 better scores in the next 40 minutes. Should be all right. However, I'll just do the auth word again, just in case. Hey, thanks for that information. Okay. Severe. Okay, there's that auth word. Alright. Okay. So they want DAS only, yeah? Okay. Input display, Hertz display. Qual mode. Got it. Alright, we're going back in, everyone. Oh, nice. Okay, that's really gonna hurt my early game here. Okay, we can start to make that up. We'll do some... Oh, okay. Any percent layout testing. Nah, I wasn't feeling that. That was already too... We were too deep. Okay, so our goal here today is 600k. And that can be done. That can be done. What's my DAS PB? 850. Or 849, 220 to be specific. No, it's fine. Yeah, I'm just on the cusp of getting considered good, you know? I just like seeing my name up on a board. I know I'm not going to be the top 16. There is a chance, I guess. Pretty much, yeah. Or are we planning for double PBs? You know what? We are planning for it. Of course, now, I've done... Okay. I was like, wait a second. You don't... can never just set up for a T-spin and expect that to happen. That's why I don't really do T-spins. Hell yeah. Yeah, wouldn't that be funny? Double PB. No, but I know I've been pretty consistent today, so I'm happy it's being done today. We'll get a couple games in, so let's see what we can do. Oh, nice. Okay. Sometimes you just figure it's going to be a long bar, so you take the burn that's going to give you the well open. Oh my gosh, it's 1 p.m. Okay, there we go. Freaking Hydrosity Zone jump scare at 1 p.m. Yeah, sorry for anyone who got that in their ears. Ah, yes, we're going to put as much weight as possible on that hole. Let's see. Blah. Oh, yeah. Alright, we're washing this one off. This won't be... We gotta... Because you're right, we gotta go balls to the wall. This has to be PB. There is no other way. Alright. We can cope our way out of this one. That is the end of the world. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh, what? No.
Really?
Well, unless you want to wait, like...
No, I want to go. I've been waiting. I don't ask much of you. Just come on.
Alright, I guess.
How long are you saying to wait?
You know, it's fine.
Tell me what your time frame is.
Oh, I'm just... I was just down to, like, the last 30 minutes.
Then do so. I'll just go.
No, it's fine. Okay. I guess, I mean... That's fine. Hey, I wasn't gonna make top 16 anyways. Folks, let's get the... Let's go. Can I get a view of that? Oh, okay.